now China is becoming one of the largest trading partner to Jordan. Many businesses and people from Jordan come to China and benefit from Chinese market. So what would be the future potentials, opportunities?
Indeed, the relations between Jordan and China has been always on the increase, and has always been growing, especially in the recent years, particularly after His Majesty King Abdullah II assumed his power as the king in 1999, and since then we have a very good interest and attention from His Majesty the King to support the growing and developing relations between China and Jordan. And this support from His Majesty was also matched by the Chinese leadership, especially His Excellency President Xi Jinping. Together they managed to give a very big support to the relations, and luckily in 2015 we managed to reach the stage, the strategic partnership, and the strategic partnership agreement was signed during the visit of His Majesty the King in 2015, as I said. So I would say that the relations have always been on the increase. China is very important world leader and nation, and we value very much our relations through the history with China. The recent years, particularly the recent few years, have seen a quite very good development in terms of trade and economic relations. I was so pleased that when I came here in China in 2019, we have a trade volume of around 4.2 billion US dollars a year. And now again we are having the same and excellent relations between both our nations and our civilizations, and it's growing. So we are proud of it and we are happy of it, and we look forward to more in the future, inshallah.
What is the role of Belt and Road Initiative in your eyes, and how to better engage in Belt and Road Initiative in the future?
The way I see the Belt and Road Initiative is a revival of the old and historical relations between China and many parts of the world, including my country and our part of the world in the Middle East. As I said earlier, we have a long relations. In 400 years ago, there was the great Arabic Nabatean kingdom in the south of Jordan, the capital of which was Petra. The kingdom of Petra was very rich and very strong kingdom at that time, and it was one of the great and important destination on the Silk Road that comes from China. Actually, it was a dream destination. It was a dream for all the travelers and traders because of its status as a rich kingdom, to sell their spices, to sell their silks and all the commodities coming from China. And the Belt and Road initiative have come at a very good time to revive all these historical relations between those parts of the world with China. We belong to great civilization, the Arabic civilization and the Chinese civilization, and we have a long history of cooperation, long history of exchange, and long history of trading, not only businesses and commodities, but also our cultures, our values, and so on. We have a lot in common. We have a lot of shared common values that brings both our nations and our civilization. The Belt and Road Initiative, as I see it now, is reviving all of these relations, historical relations, also reviving all these specifics of our relations and bringing to more visibility these strong bonds of relations between both our people. My country, Jordan, lies in the heart of the Middle East. And one of the lucky things about it is that its location, its very strategic location, is a meeting point of the maritime route of the Belt and Road Initiative, as well as the land route of the Belt and Road Initiative. So if you take those two routes, the maritime and the land, going out from China, you will see that one of the points that both routes can meet are in my country, Jordan, in the heart of the Middle East. This is just a simple example of how significant these relations can be, and this trade route becomes. And what brings more interest in the Belt and Road Initiative is that it's not only about business and economy. It's also about culture and exchanges. It will bring more interaction in terms of science and technology cooperation, in terms of people-to-people exchanges, in terms of academic exchanges and education. So there's plenty and many areas that will again push forward and put on surface those values that we have between all of our nations, and bring them to the surface back again, and push them all toward more cooperation and more exchanges that will bring more development for our nations, more development for our neighborhood, and also a better advancement for the humanity in general. This is how I see it.
How can we enhance our friendship, people-to-people bonds in the new era?
Well, the new technologies are bringing more of windows of exchanges. The new technologies in terms of information technology, the social media, all of these are the internet things, you know, internet of, all of these are a new development that are bringing people closer. And as we can see that China is paying a very good attention to these areas of development, I mean, in terms of technology, information technology, digital technology, I would say. My country also, Jordan, is one of those countries in the Middle East who is paying very good attention. Jordan is a country that depends a lot on its human resources. These are one of our most valuable resources of the country. Education and higher education have helped the country build one of its most significant manpower in the region, especially in the area of internet, information technology and telecommunications and digital technology in general. We also, when we look at this new advancement in both China and our region, including my country, Jordan, we see that there are new opportunities, that these new technologies will bring us closer, that will bring more interactions and people-to-people exchange. The recent years have seen a quite very good development in terms of interest among Jordanians to learn Chinese language, for example.
We really want to invite you to share your points of views on Chinese modernization, which is one of the most important thing for China, for Chinese people now.
I totally agree with you, and I think this is one of the important points through the history in the relations between the Arabic and the Chinese civilization. China have always been a source of knowledge and science and information and development through the history. And it was always a source of attraction for travelers who are seeking knowledge and information. At the same time, in our part of the world, the Arabic civilization has always been a source of renovation, renaissances from time to time, and also there is a lot of contribution to humanity that also took place in our Arabic civilization. When you look at the historical relations, you'll see this kind of exchange and interaction, successful interaction, has always been between the Arabic civilization and the Chinese civilization. And the same thing in our countries, in our civilizations, in the Arabic world, where you can see the inventions, the innovations, and the sciences, and the values that comes from China. Basically, these kind of values have always brought our two civilizations closer. And that is one of the secrets of not only the old and historical relations, but also of the current special relations between the Arab countries and China, including my country, Jordan, and also of the hopes and efforts to bring for a future together, inshallah, in the future as well.
What makes you deeply impressive during your work and life in China?
What impressed me here in China is that when I travel across, I see the level of development is almost identical, or maybe even sometimes is more than the capital city itself. And everywhere I travel, I see that the level of advancement, the level of education, the level of development, the infrastructure is spread horizontally across the country. I visited some of of the areas, especially in the wake of China's success in fighting poverty. We visited some of those areas who used to be poor areas in China. We were very much impressed with the level and the advanced and high quality infrastructures in terms of road, in terms of transportation, in terms of digital technologies and so on. I've seen schools in some very poor area have been developed into digital schools, something that sometimes you cannot see in even modern cities. So these kind of horizontal, as I see it, development and horizontal distribution of the advancement and of the development is something unique, and something not only unique but also very successful in China.
We would like to invite you to share your favorite motto or sentence from Jordan.
The Chinese or any foreigners usually when they go to Jordan, and our friends in China, whenever they arrive in Jordan, they will always be faced with one phrase, and the most popular phrase in Jordan, Ya hala fi baytkum, which means you are welcome in your home. I hope this could...
It's very warm, it's very, very nice.
Ya hala fi baytkum.